Today on Design, Build, and Fix, another video on how to use Sketchup. Today's video is all about the ins and outs of the erase tool. And remember, if you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Alright, so let's jump right into it. How to use the erase tool in Sketchup. Well, actually the erase tool is a two-tiered type of command. But before we actually get into that, let's go back to a little bit more on mouse control that I didn't show you in the last video. And so one of the things you want to know about the mouse is zooming in and out. So you have a wheel on your mouse, and if you actually take your arrow and place it where you want to zoom in and out, if you pull it towards you, it zooms out. If you push it away from you, it's going to zoom in. Now keep in mind, it's going to zoom in and out wherever the arrow is. So if you actually go too far, it's going to take your object away. All right, so that's the quick one on the zoom in and out. But the next one is if you hold the scroll wheel down, that's the orbit. It allows you to orbit around different things. And if you come over here and click on the orbit and get the arrow and find the hand, that is going to be the pan tool. So if I left click, it's going to pan this thing around. And while I'm in the pan tool, if I hold the scroll wheel down, it's going to orbit at the same time. And that's going to work for panning and orbiting at the same time. All right, so now let's give a little bit of talk on erasing things, and we're going to show you by using the eraser tool. And if you actually come over here and you select this line by putting the eraser on it, it's not going to work. It's actually the circle that actually has to select what you want. And once you've selected it, it will actually go away. Another way of doing it is holding the left mouse down and dragging it across, and it goes away. And so that is the way that you can actually do it with the eraser tool. The way that I most likely usually erase stuff is with the arrow tool, and let's show you how that works. Now at this point in time, if I were to select this, notice it highlights, it makes that blue, and if I select, let's do this one, I select that, it makes it blue, but notice it unselects the other one. So let's say for example I want to get rid of this one, and possibly this one. So at this point in time I'm going to hold the shift key down, and notice it gives you a plus minus on the screen next to the arrow. That allows you to add or subtract things. Now say for example I put this one on here, then I realize, oh darn, I don't want that one. So if I left click it again with the shift key down, it's going to unselect it. Now when I want to get rid of those, all I have to do is select delete on the keyboard and they go away. All right, so let me undo those and bring those things back. Now another way of doing it is selecting it by holding the left mouse down. If I pick from the upper right to the lower left, it's going to be anything that touches the box. All right, if I unselect it just by clicking off of it, if I pick from the upper left to the lower right, it's anything that's 100% inside the box. And notice those three things were the only things that were selected. Okay, so that's one of the ways of doing it. Now another way of doing it is, let's say for example I want to get rid of this whole thing, or because it's a closed surface, if I double click this right in the center, it selects everything, and if I hit delete on the keyboard, it takes away the top part of it. Now another way of doing it is triple clicking. If I want to get rid of this whole thing that's been pulled, I triple click it. Notice it selects everything. I can hit delete on the keyboard and it goes away. All right, now the next way of doing one more way of using the erase tool, you can use the erase tool as a trim command. So I'm going to grab the trim, or I'm going to grab the eraser, and I'm going to come over here, and let's say for example I want to get rid of this line, and this one. All I have to do is drag my mouse across it, and I can zoom in a little bit. We'll get rid of that one too. Notice it used it as a trim command. If I were to use this differently and just try and select the whole thing, it would erase the whole thing. So keep that in mind as you're progressing forward on using the erase command. All right, thanks for watching. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have more videos coming up on how to use SketchUp in the very near future. So, hope to see you on the next one.